Okay. Where do you want me to look?
You should
Probably just look at Callie because
she's going to be interviewing them.
Okay. Am I?
Wow.
Having a discussion about whether we should be reducing our prices first.
Hi. Okay. Yes. My name is Marisa Scavo. I am a senior environmental science major at UNC. I'm the president and co-founder of the Sonder Market, which is a local food cooperative on campus that sells local, affordable, and sometimes organic food directly to students at or below supermarket prices.
Can you talk about what inspired you to kind of get into
The Sonder Market?
the Sonder Market?
So UNC is considered a food desert, which is a definition defined by the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, and essentially that targets two separate categories of people in areas all over the United States: low income and low access. Low income is defined as a greater than 20% rate of poverty, and low access is defined as greater than 33% of the population lives farther away than 1 mile from a grocery store. And either of those two characteristics, if they exist in an area, then that area is defined as a food desert. And so UNC right now is the only campus in the Triangle that is considered a food desert. And it's considered one on both characteristics. And so it's a really pressing issue. There are a lot of different startups around campus that are currently addressing this. Like there's Carolina Cupboard, which is a community food cupboard where people can donate a bunch of canned foods or produce or whatever they want. Usually they prefer preserved goods and then give them out to free for students at a very anonymous way. So people can just walk in and grab things if they want.
Can you talk more about kind of like the evolution of the Sonder Market and like how it's progressed and
Yeah, in the future as well.
and where you see it going and
Yeah. So we started off as just a pretty small group of people trying to create a foundational base for our organization, and then last year we built a 4 foot by 3 foot wooden cart to sell our produce out of. We pull it into the pit 2 days a week, and from there we really hope to build a repurposed rickshaw so we can bike around campus and sell produce out of the back to students all around. We really hope to build a bicycle-powered blender so students can actually get involved in the things that are being created in the Sonder Market. And then eventually our end goal is to have a physical space on campus, which is essentially a miniature Weaver Street Market where people can go in and buy produce and also products that are developed from our team themselves. And so it's a really great leadership opportunity, it's a really great business opportunity, and it's a really great opportunity for students to get involved with the food that's being directly served on UNC's campus.
what do you think are some of the the biggest obstacles or for students looking for sustainable options or for Sonder Market? If you just talk about challenges.
Yeah.
Wherever you want to go.
For food sustainable, options for people buying sustainable food on campus or getting served sustainable food on campus, or
Either one. No.
okay. I think
More pressing or more
yeah. Yeah, I think one of the biggest obstacles for sustainable food on campus, for students to have access to sustainable food on campus, is first of all, the main institutions that people are buying from are campus dining providers. And so it's really hard for a large institution like CDS to actually have more than a certain percentage of local food, organic food, fairly traded food within such a large scope. It's just financially impossible. UNC does a really great job. We have over 20% consistently fair, local, or organic food every semester, which is really great. That beats the average of the nation, but it's just hard if you're an undergraduate student that has a dining meal plan to actually make those knowledgeable choices to get sustainable food. We have 150 in Bottom of Lenore that serves all local and fair and organic food, but sometimes it can get kind of pricey, which inherently defines sustainable food. And so kind of the purpose of Sonder is to redefine that standard, because we don't want people to have to choose between sustainable food and affordable food. So hopefully we can make those two definitions converge in some way. But it's been difficult. It's really hard to price this kind of food and then also make a profit to have a sustainable business. I mean, Sonder can be a nonprofit, which we are. We can have all these goals about not needing to have profit maximization methods, but when it comes down to it, we still need to be making some kind of money to go back into the business to help maintain the resources that we have, which is difficult.
Is sound okay?
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
See, like that. This is only picking up like herb.
Like herbs.
So yeah.
Okay, great. Oh yeah. Can you speak of where this comes from?
For the Sonder Market,
Yeah.
or for campus as a whole?
Sonder Market.
Okay. So the Sonder Market buys from Pop Market, which is a subsidiary out of Farmer Food Share. That's a nonprofit that serves the Triangle region. Essentially what it does is it accepts donations, and it also sometimes buys produce from farmers at farmers markets. Pretty much it's food that can't be sold at farmers markets, but it's the same quality. I mean, the only difference is you bought it 30 minutes before the end of the market compared to it being donated at the end. And so all of that produce usually goes into free programs for community members that are low income, or it goes into Pop Market, which is a reduced price cooperative program they send out emails twice a week for what's available, and then they sell it at a wholesale price to people who qualify for the program. And since students on this campus, as well as the status of UNC being a food desert, we qualify for that and can buy produce at a really, really reduced price and then resell it at or below supermarket level within the Sonder Market, which is really great. And we do a market basket survey across all grocery stores in and around Chapel Hill, including Carborough, including Weaver Street and Food Lion, Harris Teeter, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, making sure that the produce that we sell on our cart is below everyone else.
Can you just add real fast about the farmers
You got a little
comment on,
bonus.
like the farmers market coming to hit, like how that kind of means helping students have these things often?
Yeah. So the farmers market has just been increased to hopefully being once a month. Obviously, it hasn't been as successful as we would hope because it's been raining for the past two farmers markets. But it allows students to actually meet the farmers that are around the area, which increases the amount of education from where their food is coming from. It's really hard to actually put a face behind food because the transparency level is just like completely clouded with the dining hall, at least, because you're just going up, you're eating food. There's like no real connection. I know dining services have made an effort to bring farmers in so people can actually like meet them, and CDS partners with these farmers markets, so they're really trying to make an effort. But it's definitely difficult to actually like look at an apple and be like, who has been behind this? You know, like who grew it, who distributed it, who transported this apple? And so it's really great to actually bring this to campus because it involves students in the process, but it also brings local farmers who are looking for an extra income in so they can get that extra income and also meet the students and like give students produce, which is awesome. It just like serves the local economy as well as giving students like an extra source of education for local food, which is great.
Going off of that, can you talk about what Sonder means real fast and why you think that is?
Yeah, so Sonder means the realization that every random passerby lives an equally complex and vivid life just as your own. And so it is a term defined by John Coing, who is a random man that runs the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. And essentially he made this video where a lot of different examples that Sonder can be applied is if you're in a coffee shop and you're sitting there and you're looking at a person that's also on their computer and you've never met them before, and oftentimes you just are on your computer and you have no idea who they are. And Sonder is like when you sit there and you actually like think about what their lives are like, and you think about how they have equally as many problems as you do. And so why we wanted to apply that to food is because everyone in the food system also has a life, and it's so easy to just be like, man, I don't have that extra 50 cents to buy a fairly traded banana. And it's so easy, especially when you're thinking about your own financial problems. But when you actually like put a face behind that banana, and like a fairly traded banana is sourcing income for this really great organization that is paying their workers correctly instead of like another organization that is exploiting their workers, like if you actually think about those issues, then people will start to change the system. So Sonder is like a really powerful word to actually get people to start changing the food system right now.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, or that we haven't covered?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Oh, it was awesome.
Cool.
It sound good?
Sounds great.
Are you sure?
You
Okay.
can do a little bit more ambient if you want.
Ambient? Okay, yeah. We're just gonna. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Oh, you're shaking.
We call it just as like the bell tower. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yes, no, I mean,
Yes.
no, if I don't have to do it above her, then that's fine.
Okay, so now we can just record ambient and it'll just capture the normal. Okay, so we're just gonna be quiet for like a minute. You just tell us that.
How did it go yesterday? I started couldn't be there. I was in Durham. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yes, so that's a sample. Yes, you don't eat the pod, you just exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like we've done this before. Do you come to any like the